I am continuing my Young Gotham Sampler 2015 comic here, and we were talking about Batgirl Volume 1 this time. So the comic actually starts off with Barbara Gordon moving on to from one apartment to another, and she actually has these kind of kooky, I wouldn't say Valley Girl, but kind of that, roommates on these new ones and all that. So all of a sudden she goes in and, the next day rolls around and she's in her shirt and in her underwear and all that. And there's this guy that comes out of the bathroom or wherever, and she's like, oh my God, what's this guy doing here? And one of her roommates says to her, well, last night you two were all over each other. Of course, Barbara's all shocked and all that. They do like a very quick flashback and then it looks like it's some kind of club and they're making out. And then the thing is that she's like, oh, I gotta get going and blah, blah, blah. So she ends up saying, I'm gonna go get some coffee. And all of a sudden she has to get coffee for everybody. And all of a sudden, that for some reason there's a guy, some geeky guy walks out of the bathroom and he walks at his table and he says, my tablet got stolen. And they show the guy running out and Barbara's like, so all of a sudden she has to go chase him. And she actually, he's running down the street, she's running on the rooftops. She ends up blocking him on some kind of alley he walks into. Some pretty much cliche movie, like, oh my God, this henchman or whoever this guy is. And pretty much all that happens is Barbara pretty much kicks this guy's butt. But I do like what the guy's like, the guy, Barbara's like, hey, freeze, and puts her fist up and all that stuff. And it's like, you're probably not legal, you're probably not even a legal age and blah, 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 she's like, what, like, it's all shocked and all that, so I'm 21, she says, you know what, in elementary school, I would have kicked your butt too, and she pretty much is pounding this guy, and the guy's like, okay, I give up, and hands her the tablet, and he runs away. The whole plot on that is that someone is asking all these different people to steal cell phones and cameras and tablets and computers and laptops and all this stuff and get all their personal information and pretty much try to ruin their lives. Wow, this is so high school, isn't it, everybody? And of course, that's what high school or college, either one. So it's like, oh my God, I'm going to ruin your life by taking all your technology and blah, blah, blah. Wow. So honestly, I did not like this. I did like Barbara kicking that guy's ass. Later on, like the last 4 pages, she becomes Batgirl. She kicks this other guy's butt. The guy actually does have a little secret about what he's doing and all that stuff. But honestly, I do like how Barbara does kind of screw him back, almost like he's screwing all these people and taking over their information and blah, blah, blah. She finds a way to screw them over, and I did like that. But really the first 17, 18 pages, I just almost didn't care. The dialogue could have been a lot better, could have been a lot more pumped up, and the thing was they didn't really start off that way. Like I said, we do see Batgirl at the end, the last 3-4 pages. Okay, but it seemed like it took so long to build up there. And then even whenever I will say that one of the smart things I really did like in the middle of this comic here was that she does go back to her apartment with her roommates and she starts playing detective. Now she learned from the best, which was Batman. So I did kind of I thought that was very smart of all the stuff that happened at the party, and she asked her friends to help out, and who was this, who was this, who was this, blah, blah, blah. And I really thought that really worked out. But the rest of it, the detective was cool. Her playing detective for about a page or two. Her kicking some butt was really cool. But the rest of it could have been a lot better. They could have changed it up. They could have boosted a lot better. Even for a sampler, you want to really suck your readers in. And this one, I thought I wasn't as sucked in as I wish I could have been. Thank you guys so much for watching. This one was Volume 1, Batgirl of the Samples. Of the Sampler. I will see you guys next week for Gotham Academy, the Sampler of that, Volume 1. And as always, stay awesome.